Hello. This week I am going to be doing another costume. This week I am going to do a look 2005 release of Pride and Prejudice. I like that movie. I do quite a bit. Honestly, not a fan of Jane Austen, the author, though. The outfit that I've seen recreated several times semi-recently has been the Elizabeth Bennet brown kind of gray jumper dress. And I do like that dress. I really do. Well, I've decided that I'm going to do the dress that is my favorite in the movie, which is this one. This is the dress that Elizabeth Bennet wears her first time in Pemberly, and it's just really pretty. It looks like it's probably kind of hard to keep clean. I will be doing this dress because, like I said, it's my favorite. Let me go ahead and grab my material and I will tell you about the material and the pattern I will be using. Material that I bought I want to say over a year ago, and it's the closest I could get to roughly the correct color without having to make something up whole cloth, without having to buy cloth and then like painstakingly draw out stripes, which is going to make this next part seem funny that I said that, because this is the fabric I got. I don't know if you can really see on camera, but there are very thin brown brown stripes, and then there's a little bit of coloration in each of the stripes. It kind of looks like an old wood wall or something. So this is the material that I have, and I know that it's not quite the same thing. You can tell that there is a very noticeable gray stripe in there. It's a relatively small stripe, but it's still there, it's still present. I did do a little bit of looking at gray fabric markers, but if you're looking for a single fabric marker, they can be very expensive. I feel their size marker, something like this, one of them had like a chiseled edge that was, I think it was $9. The least expensive one I could find was like $5, and that's just not in my budget because this dress has a lot of fabric to deal with. So what I ended up doing, and what I may or may not do depending on how much time I have, I bought a couple of packs of silver Sharpies, and once they're on fabric, they're not going to be silver, so they're not going to have that metallic look to it, but they will still have a at least gray look to it. It might be a little bit too dark, but we're working with what we can here. I did think about painting it with like an acrylic or something, but if you do that, it can stiffen the material, and I don't want that. So I'm going to show you the pattern I will be using. Bear with me, because this takes a little bit of explaining. So I almost don't even want to show you. The pattern that I will be using, or I will be using parts of it, I should say, is this McCall's costume pattern, which is M6940. You may notice this doesn't really look anything like the dress that I showed you. In fact, it looks suspiciously like a Cersei costume. And in fact, again, I have used this to make a Cersei costume, because you're supposed to use this to make a Cersei costume. I've actually used it to make 2 different Cersei costumes and a Melisandre costume, and 2 Sansa costumes as well. It's a very versatile pattern. I definitely got my money's worth, but I'll be using bits and pieces of it to kind of help me. And then I will also be kind of fabricating other bits and pieces. To start off with, this top part is very similar to what Elizabeth's top looks like in the reference photos I have. The difference is that this waist is far too long, but that's something I can easily fix. Also, it doesn't tie. She has a couple of buttons off to the side. So I'll be fixing that. The other parts I will be using are, I think I will be using the top sleeve portion. Obviously, I'm not going to be going with these huge sleeves here. I'll be going with the top sleeve portion. From the pictures that I have seen for this particular dress, there is a bunch of gathering at the back. So I'll be doing that as well, I guess. So I'm only going to be using the top pieces and the sleeve. I've decided, after looking at more pictures, that the back piece is gonna have to be winged entirely. So I already went ahead and kind of altered the pieces that I needed to alter just with the pen. I have a side piece, another side piece. This is the sleeve, and the front piece, I lengthened the shoulder. Back seams, the seam that would normally be right here on the shoulder is pushed all of the way back, so it's not on top of the shoulder, it's like here. I also changed the back piece that I said I wasn't going to use. I changed it to shorten the shoulder and to make the neckline shorter as well. So all of that means that the facing that I made, or that I traced out for the back piece, is going to have to change entirely. So I'm just going to wait to cut this out until after I've done this, so I can see what I need to do. Okay. Ooh, that looks very silver, so maybe this won't work the way I think it will, but let's try anyway. Ooh, that's really dark. Looks pretty good. It looks roughly the right shade of gray. This is without letting it dry. So, okay, so I have part of it done. Now I'm just trying it on to see what I have to fix. So far, the fit is decent. It's not, it hurts because there's so many pins in it. It's not coming back far enough. So I'm gonna have to take more out of the back and bring these back further. Also, I think I'm going to fold this over again. Not bad so far. I ran out of fabric. I bought this fabric a year ago. So I'm gonna just have to cross my fingers and hope that the website still has it. And I guess I'll check in and let you know. the website has the fabric. Unfortunately, for some reason, it's not letting me pay online. So I just got back from the store with my new fabric. This is the fabric I've been using. It has a very light colored tan stripe right here. And it's a cream throughout with kind of a wood grain. The fabric I got looked the same online, but this is what it looks like in person. Very clearly different. The stripes themselves are much wider. You can definitely tell that the stripe is different as well. Just looking at the two different fabrics, it's not really the same material, like, at all. I've made a decision that I will probably regret, and if my mom finds out, she's probably not going to be very happy. So, my decision is I'm not going to wash the fabric before I use it. So, my mom doesn't really watch these videos, but if she does, I'm sorry. I know what you've told me. I just don't have time for this. I will be going diagonally, which is kind of unfortunate. That means I'll be going along the bias to get the slants that are like this. They are diagonal slants. It's unfortunate that I'll be going along the bias because the bias, almost regardless of material that you use, is stretchy or more stretchy than the actual material. I will also be fixing the back and making it a little bit more screen accurate. Unfortunately, I ran out of time. This week's video was going to be something else entirely, but that ran into complications. So I didn't start this one until I think it was Tuesday night, late Tuesday night, and I didn't finish it until very, very, very early Sunday morning. Also, we had mandatory work on Saturday, so I didn't get the whole day to actually work on it like I would normally. All that being said, I don't hate it, I just really don't like the way I look in it. Hopefully next week's video will be better and I will be more prepared because I'm hopefully starting earlier. All that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!